Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Prophecy in another round, but this time today something a little bit different. Before we hop into the talk to the Magus Biologus, we actually will quickly go through our character, which I think I haven't done in a while, and the important part is here, obviously I'm not an expert, definitely not, and I guess I haven't put too much time into items and, well, passive skills maybe not, but into items. But this is something hopefully which is going to change over the course of this season, because this Let's Play will go on this season and we are still not level 100, right? We are level 51, so not everything is complete. With the items I obviously ain't very happy with currently, but let's see when that is actually going to change. If it is actually like this one was requested, hopefully I show the comment and we will maybe do that more often if that is actually requested. If you want to skip this part, which I guess is to many people more boring than the actual mission, then well, I hopefully leave a timestamp beneath so you can actually jump there. So let's have the most important dive into the character. As you can see, the items are not perfect and I did not concentrate on certain skills or attributes because I'm currently under the impression level 51 there's so many items to come which will be better. But if you have a different opinion on that, guys, please leave me a comment. If you might remember the first season, if you even have watched it, the first season, the first episode of the season, we started with the bolt, with an auto gun and with a less gun, which are basically two different kinds of damage, right? After a while, I always love bolt guns, especially in the tabletop game. So we have a little bolt gun which does do physical damage, and this is something I a little bit aimed for with this current loadout, to go after damage bonus, and you can see we get 10% damage bonus with this bad boy, and the skills are the single shot, the full auto shot, the aimed shot, and the frag burst, but you probably know that better than me. And you see in the passive skill tree, you see something with, I'm going to talk about AoE damage for a second, because I'm actually just the other day switched the skill tree a little bit. The main loadout, or which I am since a couple of episodes absolutely in love with, is the heavy bolter. And I mean, it's a low chance of 6.7%, but it's a chance on hit. All strikes are guaranteed critical hit strikes for 3 seconds. And I can tell you, especially if you go into full auto, it is, I can actually put up a clip, hopefully, if I don't forget, which is absolutely amazing. So I guess I can be quite lucky with this heavy bolter I have found. And of course, for me, the 41% damage bonus for full auto is absolutely amazing as well. As I said, I did try to look a little bit for plus damage, so the other items ain't that ideal, I guess. So let's have a quick look. I don't even know what they all have. Here you can see the 4.2% damage bonus, which I did, so to say, focus on. And here we have, well, 12% damage bonus against Chaos Marines, and in suppression status, if it's protected, 7.5%. Amazing, right? In the second loadout, we again have the similar signum, and here we, well, this is actually not ideal, but at least for me, the damage bonus on the 4.3% damage bonus. With the inoculator, as you can see, I ain't obviously very happy with. Okay, we have the regeneration of the energy shield, which we don't have, so, well, at least plus suppression, but this one ain't ideal, I guess. With this one we get focus. I think I don't need that in the current loadout, and the assault armor. Obviously I would rather have the Havoc. Is it the Havoc launcher? At least in the tabletop what the Terminators are wearing. The Rocket Strike would be more ideal, since this is, I guess, a little bit more for the close combat Inquisitor class. So we have a poison and world shield, so we have an energy shield. Oh, I was wrong there, but at least, as you can see, damage bonus in exposed state, and we get a 5% damage bonus for 2 seconds on kill with the socket. What do we have actually in the inoculator? It is supreme damage reduction for 2 seconds on kill, and 20% damage bonus for 2 seconds on hit taken. So that is actually quite cool, I guess, when you fight larger groups of enemies and a lot of fires coming in. Another thing I've been not going after too much is actually HP regeneration, which we see in the Let's Play, which, well, is sometimes troublesome with the amount of HP we quickly lose in the game. Alright, what do we have in here? See, we have damage bonus on this, but actually on AoE skills, but at least we have in the exposed state more to all resistances and plus toughness, which is not that bad. With the items, if we get higher in level and get better gear, I guess, can pay more attention than there. Plus movement speed, at least in the protected state. What you might see, this might seem like a weird choice, but I wanted to try out if actually plus movement speed is giving you a little bit of an edge in completing missions faster. And I'm not 100% certain. Don't we get a... Okay, don't we get from the heavy bolter or from a heavy weapon a movement reduction? I think so. So let's come here in exposed state. We get 15 to all resistance. I like that. 14% damage bonus for AoE skills. Remember, with the heavy bolter and with the bolter, which is quite amazing, through the explosive shell or the frag burst, we have AoE damage. So this is the amazing part here. As you can see in the character, I am with two things by now, not certain enough. Attributes and perks. Not sure whether I am too amazing with that. We currently have a critical hit chance of 15%, which I like. Critical hit strength is 13, which I like, and the overall ranged damage bonus is plus 12%. Although what we see in the skill tree, that is something when this character is actually leveled up a little bit, I want to go in plus physical damage, and that then is the neat part. If at least what I see now, maybe in my opinion there changes, it's actually quite nice if we use a bolt gun and a heavy bolter, although I mainly, probably it's the same for you, I mostly use the same weapon, so it's mostly the heavy bolter. Okay, I went into toughness, which might be for some people a weird choice, but I wanted to have the plus 30 HP regeneration per second, which I really do like, and maybe you can see that damage bonus against cover and the deflect might not be that bad, although the plus 5% critical hit chance would be great, would bring us from critical hit chance 15 to 20. So I've been going in with the perks in Keen Fury, 1 supreme critical hit chance and 1 critical hit strength for 5 seconds on kill, which I think you really feel if you play the game, but it's just my opinion. Plus, it's the close quarters gunnery, plus 25 range damage bonus against targets within medium range, increasing up to 75% range damage bonus within melee range, which is quite likable as well. And run and gun, 100% ranged damage bonus for 1 second after moving. So let's then quickly go into passives. As you can see, I'm maxed out in movement and ranged combat. The overall goal is, I was experimenting a little bit with the Krieg support doctrines, which give us, if you take a look here, area effect skills, which we have 2, but in the end I moved out of the skill tree. I resetted it because I think the AoE skills are not that good against armored targets, and I just use them against smaller groups of non-armored targets, but not too often. So that's just my personal feeling, and as I say, I'm still experimenting in here. So for the next couple of levels, the overall plan is going into single DPS. This is just the outlook, so to say, because if we take a 3% damage bonus to single targets, if we go through here, this seems to be quite amazing. And this one, the neural simulation, 20% damage bonus and 10% supreme damage reduction for 10 seconds on one hit kills with single target skills. And except those 2 AoE skills, actually with the heavy bolter and the bolter, all of them skills are single target skills. So that's the big bummer for me there. And this will overall in the future increase the damage. On the other hand, I don't know how many points we can get into here, but the physical attacks we do, physical or kinetic damage, is quite amazing, since you can see the damage bonus, hit strength damage bonus, and it then comes up to the concussive trauma, which I still like because well, plus 10% damage per stack. But how that is going to work out is I don't know. I have not been here yet. On the other hand, this is probably what we're not going to get into, but of course I think increasing the health is good as well. Okay, let's go into the obvious things. The Scion sniper training. Why did I go into here? Because obviously critical hit chance with ranged skills increase and ranged damage bonus, which overall stacks up quite perfectly, which is absolutely amazing. I even like the assault tactics because I use the servo skills, I guess, more often than I should. So I really like them. Okay, this is then pretty damn forward, right? Critical hit chance plus plus damage and plus 5% movement speed when using heavy weapons is quite amazing as well. And that overall leads to plus 20% range damage bonus against targets further than 10 meters ago. Not ago, but away. But I am not certain. I should use this tactical HUD, which actually shows how far the enemies are away. I don't know how often that actually comes in. Since I noticed with the heavy bolter that through, what is the skill actually called again? Through the all strikes are guaranteed critical strikes for 3 seconds. That got me actually thinking. As I said, I was in area effects or the Greek support doctrine, removed them and switched to critical hits to just increase the critical hit chance. Although now that I'm thinking about it, that might not be that helpful, right? Okay, that is not, with the skill together, it might not be that helpful now that I think about it, but in the end, critical hit chance is, well, the thing to go, right? This is at least what I think, so I think it's not invested wrongly, especially I think Berserker Rage, which gives us 1% of max HP healed on critical hit, and that is absolutely amazing if you think about with a salvo and all strikes are guaranteed critical hits is not that bad, right? If you would now have a little bit of plus critical hit damage, then that might even be a little bit more powerful. And this one is, so to say, experimental again. I was thinking, I have noticed too much. Okay, of course the character is faster because we increase our movement speed quite drastically. What is actually overall plus movement speed? Isn't that, should be displayed here somewhere, if I'm not very mistaken. We have 11% movement speed bonus, which I do like because in my opinion, if you go faster through the enemies, then that is a little bit neater, my opinion. And I don't know whether I like it too much. And the cooldown reduction, I just I just got to get to the plus reunion, gain cooldown recovery rate equal to your missing HP. So still not certain whether I'm gonna leave this one in. As I said, there's still gonna be plenty of work. So it's 50 minutes later. I can't even imagine that I talked so long about everything with this character. The important part is maybe you are bored what I said, maybe I'm at certain states wrong, then leave me a comment. I don't know everything. I always say I ain't no expert. I will never be an expert in this game. I just love it because I love 40k. So if you have a suggestion, have a different opinion, leave me a comment, tell me what I'm doing wrong. That's the only way sometimes you can learn. Alright, thank you for the feedback. If I did it wrongly, please again leave me a comment. If you want to have it differently, leave me a comment. But for now, we are now going to talk to the Magus. I am sorry, to the Magus Biologus.
As per your request, I have executed thorough analytical sermons, focusing on the Alpha subject's mental stability.
Give me a brief update.
The Alpha subject seems to bear the traces of deep mental conditioning, most probably conducted during her early sessions with Uther Tiberius.
Does that affect her abilities?
Probably not. Her will is adamant, but it might result in erratic behavior, which is quite a risk with her capabilities.
Alright, investigation completed. Uther's secret. I found and rescued the Alpha Pariah, who seems to attract significant attention from various groups of heretics, chaos abominations and Xenos. Judging by her untrained and still very raw abilities, this interest is very much justified. An ancient prophecy of the long extinct Fabricus race alludes to her special role in some unfolding tragedy on a galactic, and names a unique artifact as a tool to control her abilities properly. So we then can talk to the captain.
Inquisitor, there is an astropathic message for you from an agent of the Ordo Xenos. The embedded emotional markings indicate that it is urgent.
Inquisitor. I am Inquisitor Theodon Mercer of the Ordo Xenos, currently stationed on Heliodor 4, vigorously protecting the Inquisitorial archives, with special regard to the sensitive materials stored in the vaults. I will cut to the chase. I urgently need your help. You are probably wondering why I have contacted you, and rightly so. The facility where I'm holed up is under the attack by the Tuathal Aldari. If I am not mistaken, you have already made their acquaintance. They are looking for classified Ordos material on... how shall I put it? On the unique presence you have on your ship. I hope I have your interest now. Help me out and I can promise you the answers you seek. I also have Amasek and cigars. The Emperor protects.
And he does so.
How can this Inquisitor know about the Alpha Pariah?
I have no idea. He left me no choice, though. I must find this Mercer and talk to him.
Okay, let's travel to the next location and see. Inquisitor and Peril. I repelled the Drukhari marauders. Hopefully I will meet these foul Xenos under different circumstances. Shortly after the raid I received an intriguing message. An Ordo Xenos Inquisitor, I'm so sorry. A certain Mercer requested my assistance. His subtle reference to the Alpha Pariah made it clear that his privy to classified... What the hell is today wrong with me? His subtle reference to the Alpha Pariah made it clear that he is privy to classified information.
Captain, this world is fighting off an Eldar invasion. The epicenter of this incursion is the holy archives of the Inquisition. Inquisitor Mercer, as the appointed guardian, must be there.
Something is causing severe interference in the target zone. We are trying, but the Arbors are not functioning.
Whatever is causing the interference must be deactivated first.
Oh yeah, so let's then go after it. Okay, where or why was damage coming from down there? I don't know. So let's then just go after them. I always try to kill the warp spiders first, since these bad boys are in heavy... They're not only in heavy armor, but they can do a lot of damage as well. And here is what you can see, and what I meant is sometimes a little bit difficult with my current equipment, my current passive skills, I guess. I don't know how important they actually are. Well, I think they're relatively important. That we oftentimes lose not only our suppression quickly, but we lose even quicker our HP. So health regeneration is definitely a feature I should, well, I don't want to say concentrate on, but go after intensely a little bit. This is just what I think, but well, we'll find that out. What the hell? I actually...
Imperial reconnaissance forces located. Potentially useful assets, but their current situation is terminal. Immediate action required. Reconnaissance force relieved. Set basic. Follow and protect order to the survivors.
And this is actually why I'm very torn in into which skill to go after, or passive skills, because I do enjoy the Hellstorm, which is quite amazing, but this is what I'm currently not certain about, you know. But well, that will then maybe the next couple of weeks show us. It's always a little bit difficult, especially if we are in the main campaign. I do wanna have every mission of the campaign in the Let's Play, although it's the second, no, it's at least the third or fourth time I'm playing the campaign. I still would like to have them in the Let's Play. I value that over the wonderful solo sessions I did have before. But well, we'll find it out. Maybe I'm even gonna take this game into the live stream. Of that, I am currently not certain. When I started live streaming in summer, last year summer, I actually did quite enjoy it, and I did enjoy that, well, it brought us forth with character building. That is just what I enjoyed there, but, well, time will tell, as I just can say. Alright, we still have the little optional field or circle on top, where we will go first. What I have to say, I do like the plus critical hit chance. This is absolutely amazing. And there you can see the multiple critical hits. It is absolutely insane, right?
This memory crystal might be a lifesaver.
So if we now find something in order to do something with our health regeneration, I think this build is not that bad. This is the feeling I'm currently having, so this is for me just fine. Oh, come on, don't take cover, buddy. Just die. Thank you very much. Chest I'm obviously gonna take with me. Whatever those demons are doing here.
Reloading.
Nasty boys. Okay, memory crystal. Once again, we walk among the stars, hunting for the rarest prey. A mooncay with honor, the Mercer human thoughts. The key holds the key to the salvation. There's no art in this war. He was our last partner among the exarchs of the corpse emperor. Well, yet there we are, shambling into the grey and joyless emptiness. The Farseer saw the other one coming. Conclusion Alpha. The primary target is indeed Inquisitor Mercer. and the Inquisitorial archives. Considering the dwindling resources of the Tuatha Quattro, this attack makes no sense from a strategic or tactical standpoint. Conclusion beta. This is a private and classified observation. The implicated, almost friendly relation between certain Eldar and Inquisitor Mercer is extremely unusual. Further comment on the subject deemed impractical. Conclusion gamma, my time should be used in a more efficient way than decrypting Eldari nonsense. Alright, now we only have to find the source of the Vox interference and just simply destroy it. A easy task. As I always, as usual, say, it is so good to fight against not the Imperium or Imperium types of enemies, but against Eldari here, since it is something very, very different. Oh man, you gotta love this little skill. I just want to say, when he said Eldari technology, I want to say, well, the Wave Serpent is not new, right? But it is into the Wave Serpent. Okay, good to know. Weirdly enough, a lot of demons are summoned in, but... okay, I should actually, little mistake on my side, should have concentrated on this bad boy before, since it is a wave distorter, but still he's teleporting in new units over time, which obviously ain't that great, right? Just trying it out. I know it's not as good against armored targets, but sometimes you gotta just try some things out, right? We are not doing much damage, and this is the moment where I would like to prefer a plasma type of weapon or heat type of weapon, but it is not that bad here too.
Join me in this scuffle.
You have a knack for sending intriguing emergency messages. Why did the Eldar attack an Inquisitorial archive?
The Eldari seem to be displaying great interest in certain documents.
The Eldar brought an entire army just for some records.
Well, you can't really blame them for a few theatrics. Feel free to blame them for anything else, though.
Or they are trying to find some highly classified material.
Look, you have my full cooperation, but how about helping me out first? I've never been one for grand heroics, but soon I'll be out of options.
I have your location now. On my way.
Alright, and then we should nearly be at the end of this episode. This is quite nice. These guys don't do much damage overall, right? But sometimes they are just effing me up and going on my nerves.
How does an Ordo Xenos agent end up guarding the archives on a backwater world?
I'm supervising the rituals and preservation of classified data.
So you have been reprimanded. Why?
Did I recall Lord Maldor's exact words? For being a reckless idiot who needs to learn the merits of patience. Plus, the rest is classified.
Inquisitors cannot be ordered around for servitude.
Trust me, if your only alternative is excommunication, you become quite cooperative.
Well, Inquisitors, right? What a weird breed of human beings in the end. The little Ref Lord here should not take too much of time to take down. So we had quite a few nice enemies here. Not only the Wave Distorter, but the Wrath Lord here as well.
The Eldari are using their webway gate to move in their force. Webway gate has been destroyed.
How marvelous. No reinforcements for a while then.
Yep, and it was luckily not that much damage. Not damaged, but not that much. That heavily armored or shielded, which of course I do like. Did I oversee? Oh, a little demon I oversaw. Not for long, a tinsy little warp spawn, man. Although with the explosive shells, I guess what you shouldn't underestimate with them is actually the knockback function. At least against normal types of enemies, which there can give you in certain moments, I think, the upper edge.
Onwards! Don't linger, guardsmen!
Oh, this one shall not survive.
I've located and secured the entrance to the archives.
Feel free to visit me in my humble abode, then.
I will join you shortly, Inquisitor Mercer.
By all means. I don't want to force your hand, but my soldiers were overrun and the Eldari are closing in on the data vaults. I'll try my best to slow down this deranged Farseer, but some help would be appreciated.
Okay, guys, and that right now brings us to the end of this episode. If you actually do have enjoyed this episode, guys, please give me a little thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I see ya in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day, stay frosty, bye.